So today I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. This is gonna hang off of the video here that I made, Ashkenaz versus Jew. Killing two birds with one stone. I'm gonna highlight a dumbass that you see right here, and then I'm also gonna talk about the terms. What is that? Mizrahi Jew and Sephardic Jew. I'm going to talk about those terms again, terms. Okay, so in this video that you see, all I did was highlight that Ashkenaz is a Germanic tribe of Yafet. Jew is from the Semitic and Hebraic lineages going back to men. Two men, two men's children can't be the same. Okay, it's physically impossible. The fact that I'm talking about men means that I'm talking about biology, because when a man, common sense, gets with a woman, they produce children. Okay, that's what made the tribes in the Bible. The very tribes that created the nations we know today, such as German and Ethiopian and Egyptian, etc., Greek. That's how they were formed biologically. Okay. In talking about what I'm talking about with this Mizrahi Jew, this Sephardic Jew, you won't see those things in the Bible because they're not real things. Those are only terms. What I mentioned in this first video was what I mentioned, again, biology. You can't use biology to then bring up Mizrahi Jew, Sephardic Jew, which is exactly what this idiot here attempted to do. But he did so I knew from the out of the gate the guy was an idiot, and I'm going to show, not just talk, but show how the guy's an idiot, and then eventually deal with the Sephardic Jew, etc. So let's get into it. Just making that a little bigger so that it's clear, so that everybody can see this. Again, I'm going to highlight this idiot leading to the topic of discussion. So this nitwit said to me out of nowhere, first message, this is inaccurate, but rather than, this is the wrong then, but rather than type out why, will you discuss the inaccuracies of this teaching on a live stream? So he's already self-convinced himself, because that's what idiots do, that something just without even saying what's inaccurate, is all simply because this idiot just said so. And then on top of that, this same idiot wants to push for a damn live stream, which again, I'm not going to hold it, because for one, this is all hanging on just because he said so. That's for starters. So this is all you see. All you see is all you get, and it's just because this clown says so. Moving forward, this is my response. Try to keep as much on there as possible. My response is very direct. I said the Bible can't be inaccurate, specifically the Torah in this case, because that's mainly what I used in this video. It's the foundational source of what a Hebrew, Jew, and Israelite are, because that's, again, what the video was talking about. It all started with men, because Israel was a man, Eber was a man, Judah was a man. Okay? It says, then I say, then just only because you say so, it's wrong. Again, he could have put in here, this is inaccurate because of this and this, and and also that he had nobody stopped him from doing that. I just want to it's just, this is all you get. It's all because he said so. All because you say so, it's wrong. You had opportunity and no one stopped you from providing what makes the Bible allegedly inaccurate. Everyone on the planet should just take your word for it, huh? Again, I'm trying to stimulate the guy to think like, oh, I forgot to put why I think something's inaccurate. Common sense, but the guy, this myth Information is just a goddamn moron. So he comes back again. Again, I'm leading to the point, Mizrahi Jew. I'm leading to the point, Sephardic Jew. Those are only terms. They can't be connected to biology. Here we go. So he then puts your logic is inaccurate, not the Bible. But again, in this video, I didn't use any of my logic because my logic doesn't exist. You see, when he says your logic, he's too stupid to realize he's a liar. This is a lie because I never use any of my logic, any of my conclusions, any my. I feel like Johnny Gill, my. You got me singing my. Then he asks, are you humble enough for a live stream on your logic? Or are you humble enough for a live so your logic can be tested or no? Again, he's so assertive that just because he said, again, it's all because you say so. So again, my response. I said, I never use any logic though, because again, he's a liar. I literally only read the Bible. This is how it would have to be the Bible being inaccurate. Then he said, or then I say to him, you're just lying at this point. At what point in the video did I use my own logic? This is the question. I literally asked this is a direct question, which is going to get ignored because again, he's a fucking liar. I say, at what point in the video did I use my own logic? I literally only read the Bible. I said, reading is not my opinion. If I read the cat is black, that's not my own logic if the words are on the page. Again, he can't say, he had plenty of opportunity to show what my so-called alleged logic was. Notice how it's not even in here. This is strike 2, showing that this guy's a goddamn loser, okay? I'm not starting a lie for a fool that's obviously lying and trying his hardest to be vague and ambiguous. This is vague and ambiguous. My logic, what the hell is my logic? I shouldn't have to ask you all of these questions. If you're man enough to push for a live, what's the so-called inaccuracies that's based upon my fake logic that doesn't even exist? This is strike 2, okay? A lot of people think like this too. Just because they don't like something doesn't make the thing they like incorrect. A lot of people don't have this logic, basic logic and common sense. So we're going forward. So he says, prideful I see. No, you don't see that because there's no pride. The fact that I'm using common sense, you haven't provided anything up here. Like all he said is inaccurate in my so-called logic, which there's nothing there. So the fact that I'm pointing out that he's lying, I'm somehow prideful. I don't know you, you don't know me. There's no point in pretending that we know each other. Spit it out and stop being a bumbling bitch. He says, this is, again, you're seeing it for yourself. Okay. He says, your logic is the fact that you, meaning me, identify Ashkenazi Jews with the bloodline of Ashkenaz. This is an absolute goddamn lie. This is even in the video, which is published, you see it you can hear me say it in the video, what the video is talking about. Now, one point did I say that the Ashkenazi Jew was the bloodline of Ashkenaz. Not one time. The video is showing that there's Ashkenaz and then there's the Jew, how they originated. That's what the video was about. They're two separate things. I highlighted that Ashkenazi Jew is only a goddamn term. It has nothing to do with, but I literally said the opposite of this lying son of a bitch who can't even get his facts straight. So it's the fact that he can't get his facts straight. He's then saying that I'm wrong, but I can't be wrong on something that I never said or never read out of the book. It says, but in contrast to your logic, again, this is not my logic because he keeps lying to himself. He's a goddamn liar. Somehow the fact that he can't get his facts straight, I'm somehow prideful. I never, ever, and you all can be witnesses and watch the video. I never said that. That I actually agree with the dumb son of a bitch. Ashkenazi Jew is only a term. It has. I'm saying it clear. I'll say it slow because I'm gonna tag him in it so he can hear this. Ashkenazi Jew is only a term. It has nothing to do with the bloodline. Get that through your thick, hard-headed ass skull. Nobody needs to do a goddamn live because you can't get your facts straight. I agree with your stupid ass. All of this is null and void because the first thing here is a goddamn lie. You made this shit up. It says the term Ashkenazi Jew, which identify a certain people group, does not stem from biology or bloodline. I agree. But you don't get to lie just to make a controversy. You don't get to lie on me to make a controversy. Like the first two messages, you acted like a bitch and couldn't spit out. And then when you do spit something out, it's you want to say something's inaccurate. You're the one that's inaccurate. I never ever said this. It says, therefore, your logic, blah, 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 that's all irrelevant because it's not you literally are a liar. I tell this nitwit, I say, so once again, you are a goddamn liar. I said multiple times in the video that Ashkenazi Jew is not a real thing. Therefore, how is my so-called logic supporting something that I clearly said doesn't exist? It can only exist as a term. That's just like I can combine two random things and make it a term. Clorox and Ajax and make it a compound term. That's all that it is. It has nothing to do with bloodline. It's not a real thing. There's nouns and then there's verbs. Okay? I don't know how people are this. It's like he's retarded. I don't get it. I said, get your facts straight first. Secondly, what you're talking about is not what I'm talking about. What you're bringing up is people groups outside of biology. Your actual words, because I'm not a liar like you are. I can scroll up. I just covered it. Okay. It's not what I'm talking about, people groups based upon biology. So I can't be inaccurate or have my own logic when you talking about a completely different damn subject, but somehow I'm prideful because I can read the context of a message a little bit better than you. Even your own messages at that. I can't be wrong because I'm not talking about the subject you want me to have talked about, nitwit. I call him a nitwit, my way. You've imagined up my pride just like you've imagined up this make-believe reasoning. I don't want to go live with a clear and obvious idiot that can't get his facts straight. You can see everything that doesn't exist except the fact that it would be pointless. What is the point of going live? To reveal that you're talking about one thing and I'm talking about something completely different. I'm not what come on. I'm going to go live just for you to be wrong. I mean, if he had a genuine point, I would do that, but you're a liar and he's the one that's prideful. Just because he says so, I'm inaccurate. Or I'm going to say the Bible's inaccurate. That's pride. The fact that you want to talk about something that I just don't give a shit about, I'm prideful. You can't make this up. So then he goes off into childish mode using emojis like a little 13-year-old bitch. Let me see. This is all it is, whatever. Then this is the point. He's telling me what to do. And this is, again, I'm somehow the prideful one. I never told him to do shit. But he's so prideful to then tell somebody what to do. Make your next video on Mizrahi, Sephardi, blah, 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 blah. Why, when I don't care about that shit? Go make your own videos. You can't. The one thing we agreed on, which was his main point in lying on me, is that Mizrahi Jew, Sephardi Jew, this Ashkenazi Jew, this is all terminology. They're not real things. That's the point. You won't see Mizrahi Jew in the Bible. You won't see Sephardic Jew in the Bible. Because the Bible is talking about biology. If somebody identifies as Mizrahi Jew, Sephardic Jew, they're not Semitic. Because to be Semitic, you're talking about biology. That's a man, a son of Noah. A son and father is biology. They're flesh and blood, created the old-fashioned way, a male and female getting together, getting butt naked and getting it popping and reproducing. A Mizrahi Jew can't be reproduced that way. You have to claim it as a title, as a people group. Like the dumbass said, and he said it himself. And I agree with him, but how the hell am I inaccurate when we're saying the same thing? That's why I wanted to deal with the dumbass and the actual topic, because it is a good point to bring this up, because people think that these people groups are Semitic biologically when they're not. It's just, it would be like me identifying as Italian. Clearly I'm not an Italian biologically. I would be an Italian citizen. You know what I'm saying? It's two different. You see it in the Bible, the very thing this dumbass doesn't read. When you have Israelites living in Rome, they called themselves Rome. Shit, Paul was a Hebrew Israelite, tribe of Benjamin. He said so himself. But he was a Roman through citizenship. There's a term, and then there's a noun, and then there's a verb. I can't stress that enough. I just wanted to highlight this because it's, I'm dealing twofold: a dumbass, and then you got the nerve to tell me what the fuck to do as if I'm your biological son. Get it? Nah, but this is just bananas. Deal with your pride, bruh. I don't even want to say bruh, but deal with your pride. Check yourself. Get your facts straight first before you approach a grown man and say, quote unquote, that he's wrong when all that person did was read something verbatim. If the book says the cat is black and I read the cat is black, how in the hell am I wrong? How is it my logic when I read something verbatim? And then you can't get your facts straight saying something that I didn't say, which is a lie. And I actually agree with your stupid ass. You approach like a bitch and you will get dealt with as such. Doesn't make me angry, doesn't make me prideful. I'm just returning the very energy that you presented to me. That's all I have for now as it is written, and I'm out.